Hello there, my name's Matthew, and today I've got a little review for you of a game called The Witcher 3. It won't be the most in-depth video in the world because I've actually only played the game for about 45 minutes. So if you're looking for something a little bit more detailed, I'd recommend looking elsewhere. But first of all, what is The Witcher 3? Well, it's a game where you play a man called Geralt, and he has to go around doing quests. You kill a griffin, and in the early stages of the game you meet a lady who's lost her frying pan.
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan.
In an interesting twist, it turns out the frying pan has been taken by a man who's using the black soot on the bottom of the pan to try and create some sort of ink solution. Now, the pan we see in the game is presumably a cast iron pan, something quite a lot like this. Obviously, with modern cast iron pans, it's not likely that you're going to kind of get that black soot build-up on the bottom of a pan because they're treated in a certain way. And obviously, to get the most out of your cast iron pans, you do need to treat them, kind of coating them with a very small amount of just vegetable oil and baking that in, actually baking that in to create a seal, which will stop it from burning the food, but also stop it from kind of creating that black sooty build-up, which is used in The Witcher 3 as a narrative point. This early game quest about the frying pan is over very, very quickly, but it's a nice show of the kind of variety and scope of what's available in The Witcher 3. And in terms of pans, these are very high quality things. They're not too expensive. They're slightly more difficult to use than some pans, but cast iron is a really good idea if you're very much into cooking things like steaks or maybe burgers, or, you know, if you've got the skill and the time and the patience to really build up the layer on these things, then they are great for omelettes. Without wanting to get into any kind of spoilers, the quest in The Witcher 3 sees Geralt looking for his friend Yennefer, who is a sorceress. She's been missing for some time, and while it's not explicitly ever discussed within the lore of The Witcher or any of the Witcher games, presumably if anybody in the universe were to own some form of non-stick frying pan, it would be Yennefer or another sorceress. Because to be honest, Tefal pans such as these, available, you know, kind of these non-stick variants of pans are widely available in our world in a variety of sizes, but in The Witcher it just doesn't seem like something which would fit in with the lore. You know, you wouldn't see a Tefal non-stick frying pan in The Witcher 3 in the same way that you wouldn't see people of colour. So yeah, I mean, these are actually a lot better to work with than cast iron. Sometimes they don't retain heat quite as well, but they are you know, just really good, reliable pans. You just need to be careful that you don't use metal implements in them. Otherwise, you can start to get some scratching, which is impossible to get rid of. So they're a solid pan, but less kind of long-term appeal than the classic cast iron. And that's pretty much it. You know, you've got a good selection of pans, modern technology, old stuff, different things, very good for cooking different kinds of meals. And of course, you've got variants like this, you know, kind of griddle pan, fantastic for searing meat, or just anything you want to get like those nice black lines on, courgettes, who knows. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I think that's everything covered. Oh, yes, The Witcher 3, it's very good. Apparently, it looks very nice, but not as nice. It could have looked nicer, and it's quite sexy. That's it. And these are good as well, but these are sort of like they're sort of half pans, half pots, but they're quite good as well. Thanks very much for watching. Bye! If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like more people to naturally stumble across it on the internet, then clicking the like and subscribe button magically makes that happen. Also, if you really, really like my stuff, then you might consider funding my work on Patreon, because otherwise it wouldn't happen. Thanks very much. Bye!